Good morning. My name is Mr. Roman, and I'm here to discuss Algebra 1 and Algebra 1 honors at Tallwood High School. First and foremost, our team of teachers here at Tallwood High School: Mr. Christopher Brown, Mrs. Nasita Croy, Mrs. Carrie Henry, Mrs. Jean I. Cayenne, myself, Mr. Andrew Roman, and Mr. Nikhil Williams. Mr. Brown and Mrs. I. Cayenne serve as our special education teachers in the classroom settings. Both Algebra 1 and Algebra 1 honors are year-long classes designed for students to complete the study of algebra. We focus around the three strands of the Algebra 1 SOL: expressions and operations, functions and statistics, equations and inequalities. Students enrolled in Algebra 1 are also enrolled in Algebra 1 Lab and earn a half credit per semester from that. Algebra 1 honors students are not enrolled in Lab. We follow the standard grading policies of VBCPS here at Tallwood High School. Our main focus is around the unit assessments, which are SOL objective-based. But students also will be assigned unit study guides, classwork, IXL, and assignments from mathspace.co, as well as SOL spiral review assignments. Each unit, students will receive a study guide that is closely aligned with their SOL test as well as their unit objective tests, and also a list of IXL assignments. Students receive full credit when they get to a score of 80 on IXL. We also use mathspace.co for several review assignments throughout the year. Each unit, students will take an objective-based test. That test is made of several sections, all which will receive their own individual grades. So for Unit 1, students don't receive a Unit 1 test grade. Instead, they receive a test grade on their ability to translate equations and expressions, their ability to solve equations, and their ability to work with formulas and literal equations. So instead of one overall test grade, they receive 3 separate test grades. Students can also always retake any test within a 2-week time period that they wish to. They just have to make sure that all their study guides and IXLs have been turned in already, and that they receive the correct remediation and review in order to prepare for it. Students don't have to retake the entire test. Instead, they can just retake the section or the objective that they wish to improve their grade upon. We use Schoology throughout all the Algebra 1 sections here at Tallwood. To the right, you can see a snippet from last year's Part 1 section. All classwork, homework, and study guides, as well as any other materials, will be posted there by unit and broken down folder by folder throughout it. Students can get there through the Clever portal in order to access Schoology, and parents are encouraged to check it often. Students can always message their teachers through this and have access to it on both their Chromebook and smartphone. Desmos.com is the calculator that both VBCPS and the Virginia Department of Education use. This program is embedded to all their tests as well as their Algebra 1 SOL at the end of the year. To the left is the scientific version, and to the right is the graphing version. Depending on what unit we are in, we use different versions of this calculator. It is also an app that students can download on their cell phones. Any questions or concerns, please always feel free to send your teacher an email: Mr. Brown, Mrs. Croy, Mrs. Henry, Mrs. I. Cayenne, myself, Mr. Roman, or Mr. Williams. And again, Mr. Brown and Mrs. I. Cayenne serve as our special education teachers in the inclusion classroom settings.